Howdy, and welcome to the Feed Bandit podcast, where we talk all things hunting and introduce you to the most innovative hunting gear and services. Here are your hosts, Jimmy Byrne and Richard Kinchlow. Howdy, folks. Welcome back to the Feed Bandit podcast. Jimmy here, and as always, I'm joined by Richard. How you doing?
Outstanding.
Outstanding.
Well,
That's good to hear.
we're in Dallas, so
There's that.
I could be better.
And as expected, it should be as expected to us with a first-year head coach.
Oh,
Our
geez.
football team is not doing too well.
Oh, we talked about this. We talked, and it's so. God bless it.
Well, it's a new coach. I mean, what do we expect? You know, it's funny. I was on the one of the boards. I think it's 24/7 Scout or whatever it is for Tech Football, and I love reading that. Just reading it. I don't post or anything, but everyone's like about to kill themselves, and I'm thinking, and they want to fire everybody. You know, the head coach who's been there. This is their first year. The athletic director. You know, they want to get rid of the entire board of regents. I mean, it's like, my God, give the guy a chance.
It's not 1945 Germany, you know.
I mean, we're going to lose games this year. Who thought we would be undefeated after we've been terrible for quite a while?
Yeah,
you know?
I tell you, you know, with Alan Bowman being out, that's devastating, absolutely devastating. And then, and then even before the season starts, we lose our soon to be backup.
Oh yeah,
Maverick. Oh God, yeah, it's just like, are you
injuries,
serious?
All over the place.
Oh, it's crazy. I actually did go to church a couple weeks ago and prayed for Tech. I swear to God to you, then we got steamrolled.
Don't do that again.
No, I never will. I mean, God's like, I don't have time for Texas Tech.
Well, no, he's against Tech, so I mean, that's what
that's
blatantly obvious over the years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Anyway.
Oh well. You know, if we ever get good again, I'm sure I'll be right back there with having heart attacks.
Break out those little shocky paddles and the aspirin. No, I'm with you.
But the good thing about this, which is a terrible way to look at it, is
I agree. I know.
I won't be nervous for any football games going forward, except maybe Kansas. I'd at least like to beat them.
Sweet
They're
mother of Mary. God.
And then.
Well. I was going to say the other silver lining is that, you know, we can go out and hunt and we don't have to, really up with the game, you know.
That's right. Yeah, we will have to. Yeah, exactly. Because we're always thinking, well, when's the game on?
Yep.
It's okay.
Yep. Yeah. Well.
God, we are such fair weather fans.
Well, no. You and I and all of our friends, we have served our time.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, so before 2011, we made we made every single home game. We made a lot of the games at University of Texas, and we made all the games at Texas A&M.
Yep.
We
went to Waco.
We went to Waco.
I went to
super dedicated.
Norman several times. I mean,
yeah. Well, let's just end it there. So.
Well.
Yeah. But the good thing is that, hey, it's still dove season. Early teal season is over, and it's been better. It's definitely been better.
Hey, hold on 1 second. Hey, folks, do you want to level up your hunting game and gear? If so, join the hunt to get killer hunting tips and tricks that'll help you out in the field. Text the word BANDIT to 345-345 right now. And when you do, you'll even get access to some exclusive deals on the hunting gear and services we discuss right here on this podcast. Again, text the word BANDIT to 345-345 right now and join the hunt. Well, I predicted this on, it might have been the last podcast or one before. I said, well, you know, the trend is up, so that's a good thing. So hopefully it continues. And I guess that's not a prediction. It was a hope. But yeah, it has. So, you know.
Yeah, and talking about kind of some of the differences between, you know, this year and last year, I always love to, you know, to look at it's primarily a weather thing. Okay, well, and then obviously, do you have any sunflowers? What are the cold fronts doing? So obviously, it is primarily a weather thing. And really, the difference between this year and last year is the rain or lack thereof. But at this point last year, no, definitely at this point last year, we were basically done. I mean, the entire month of October, it monsooned. I mean, it was to the point where I had to pull up my I had to pull up my map on my phone. And are we in Dallas, Texas, or are we in the Congo? I mean, it's not supposed to rain this much. It was like 1.5 feet or something incredible. So naturally, all the tanks filled up. And then there's puddles. I mean, it was like water parks were opened up for dove. I mean, it was awful because that's all we had to hunt over. So I think I went out 8 times and shot 1 dove in October. So that was really discouraging. But of course, I'm not bitter. Fast forward to this year, and I think we already talked about opening day, but so kind of just a quick recap of the last couple of weeks of dove hunting. Again, it's been really hot. The entire state of Texas. Some portions have received some rain. A lot of them had not. You know, Rancho Bandito is frickin' dry, and the tanks are drying up, which sucks for the animals. We did a big blog on the water and about how, you know, the animals need, even though the temperatures are getting a little bit cooler, they still have to have water. And as your water sources shrink, that really opens up your hooved, or all your animals, really. I was about to say only hooved animals, but all your animals to predation. You know, it just becomes it becomes like when you look at the BBC channel with the wildebeest and the lion. You know, the lion stalks the 5,000 wildebeest, and that's literally what it becomes. And so, but of course, you know, with the water drying up as good as, or as much as it is. You know, the dove have less place to water. So consequently, it's been a pretty good dove season. I guess the last couple of times I've been out, I was able to shoot 12 and then 8 another day, and I think I got 1 the following day. But that's fantastic. I will take that all day, every day. And again, I'm chalking up that success to just lack of water. You know, these birds are coming into this tank. I'm also kind of chalking it up to the fact that we've had some cool fronts. Okay, you know, for example, this past week Montana got like 3 feet of snow. Okay, well, you know, I don't think I'm shooting dove from Montana, but the fact is that, you know, all those birds are, that cool front's going to be blowing down through Kansas, Oklahoma. And it's really kind of funny. If you want to see when your migratory birds are going to be coming, just go look at the forecast that stayed above you. It was really interesting. I think Tulsa was going to be in the 80s, you know, so that tells me they're on the way. So we, again, it's been a lot of fun. We shot pretty good number of birds. It's been a lot better than it was last year. So yeah, that's exciting.
Well, I mean, we're close to having that break in the weather, and let's see, this podcast will go out on the 3rd of October, and a week from then, you know, the 10th, 11th, 12th, that big cool front, I should say. Yes. It's coming through here. It's amazing how you can see, okay, distinctly, that's the break.
Oh yeah.
You know,
yeah.
And then,
I mean, the low was going to be, and tell me if 50s. I'm saying tell me if I'm saying this wrong, but
right,
50s,
yeah,
50s. I mean, it's been freaking 90 since forever. So man, that is awesome. But the
highs will be a week from now, or around then will be what the lows are right now.
Oh my God. Boy, that's
a turnaround.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll get some rain. I mean, we're kind of at the point now where, well, we really need rain. That, you know, we have not had a lot of our winter forbs come up, which is potentially going to be a problem, you know, for the browsers, you know, so the whitetail, you know, the grazers, the axis, and the black buck and all that, you know, they still got some grass and whatnot, but those winter forbs are absolutely huge. So definitely need some rain, you know. So what is that going? Just, I'm kind of sidetracking here, but I think because it is so dry, you know, feeder activity is going to be pretty darn good. Now, here's the other little tidbit you got. Typically, feeder activity earlier in the Texas deer season kind of stinks because You've got the wintertime forbs coming up if you have rain, okay? But you also got to contend with the acorns and the pecans and all that.
Yep.
Now, some of the trees I've seen at Rancho Bandito are overfloweth with acorns. So,
Well, even in my front yard of my house, I mean, they're
yeah.
constantly falling now.
Oh, yeah.
And you can hear them hitting our cars, you know.
Yep. Yep.
all
No, for sure. For sure, yes. The live oaks are starting to go. They typically go first, and then the red oaks will go after that. But so anyway, so kind of going back to talking about bird hunting.
Well, before you do that,
yeah.
You know, talking about deer and hopefully seeing them at feeders and whatnot. You know, we want to tell them about the little giveaway contest we're doing right now.
Mm-hmm. You caught me mid-drink.
I thought that's what that was.
That's okay. Now, yeah. So yeah, we are giving away. We are giving away 3 Teammate T-Post game camera holders. And we've talked about it before. So please go to our website. I put it on social media. Go and sign up and get a chance to win. For these things, especially for our Texas hunters. I know that y'all sometimes you got your feeder pens where your feeders are inside there, probably going to be fenced in with with T-posts and be the bull panel or hog wire or whatever. And so those T-posts are awesome places to put the Teammate T-post camera mount, and then put one of your game cameras there. They hold them there. They're extremely secure. And it's a really great product. So we use a lot of them at the ranch, at Rancho Bandito, and they're really nice. We don't have to mess with the straps, all that kind of stuff. I mean, just kind of set it and forget it type thing.
Time to see what's out there, right? If you haven't been already.
No doubt. And a lot of people already got their cameras out. I typically, we try to get ours going, and after the velvet has kind of shed, which, right now they're in hard antler, and they have been for a couple of weeks now, at least in our area of Texas. Because again, with velvet, you're like, oh my God, look at that guy's got 12 inches of mass. Well, it's a little misleading. So,
well, the beautiful thing though about these teammates, though, really is it's kind of a set it and forget it situation, right? Where if you are using T-posts and you're using the baling wire like you mentioned, or the bungee cords or whatever, or just wire, you kind of worry, right, that your camera's going to fall or get knocked and
no doubt.
Be at an weird angle or whatever like that. It sits nicely on the T-post, and it's snug on the T-post. So long as your T-post is snug where it is, these mounts fit snugly on there and will hold your camera in place. So you don't really have to worry about it. So that's the peace of mind that you have to kind of think about.
Oh no, you're exactly right. I mean, it's funny. I was just thinking about we've got like 20,000 game cameras, and one of the brands has a kind of a little channel through the back of it where you can put wire and all that kind of stuff. And I distinctly remember going out there with baling wire and trying to actually adhere it to a T-post, and I cinched it down. We've got a buddy who our good friend Matt. So when he cinches stuff down, like it's not going to go anywhere. It's impossible.
You can't undo it. You
You can't undo it. But so I did it Matt style, and sure as hell I came back and it's all sideways. I'm like, mother. But that doesn't happen with the Teammate T-post mount. So yeah, that's a really cool product. So yeah, please go to our site and get registered and all that kind of fun stuff.
Yeah, and it's going until October 20th. So be sure to go to feedbandit.com and click on the link at the top of the page, and it'll take you to the sign-up area. You can see a couple of videos about the Teammate, and sign up for it. Join the hunt.
Yep.
All right.
Totally. So so going back to the birds. So the dove hunting has been pretty good, and that's exciting because obviously that is literally what keeps me going. I mean, it is my oxygen. It is my blood. I love it that much. So, but the other thing I love this time of year is going to be the teal birds. So, just a quick recap. So teal are the smallest of, I guess, the North American ducks. There's 3 species of teal. There's the blue-winged teal, the green-wing, and the cinnamon teal. The blue-winged teal are typically the first birds to get up and go at the slightest hint of cool weather. So it's not uncommon to see, blue-winged teal start showing up in real tealy areas, so really anywhere with water, okay, as early as September. Well, we had some disturbances up north that actually brought some down. I think I saw something like August 20th, which was crazy. I'm like, God, you guys are a bunch of ding dongs. It's not going to get that cold. You should have stayed up there. It's hotter than hell down here. So I was really confident that we were going to really going to get into them. So teal season's now over. Like, well, especially when this airs, it'll definitely be over. But Texas does have an early teal season, and so I went out 3 times. The first time I went out, my buddy and I are waiting on that moment, that shooting light. My cell phone goes off with the alarm right at shooting light, so I make sure I'm legal. And we've got our Walker's game ears on. Okay, so those are the earmuffs that they got the amplification where you can hear things real well. And all of a sudden I hear the and we both look at each other because we know what that is, and that is an old grizzly mallard who's sitting there quacking at us. And sure enough, we both kind of look up, which of course is the cardinal sin. You never look up at ducks because your white face is like, oh boy, okay, there's a problem down there. Sure enough, I think we counted close to 25 mallards right above us. It was just so cool to see that. So that was opening week of teal season. And so we said, man, if we've got big ducks down there, okay, if we've got big ducks, we got to have the teal. They got to be here. And we gave it to about 8 o'clock and nothing. Didn't see a single bird. Went out the second time. This time, I guess probably a week had passed. Went out with my wife and my blind and deaf dog, who I love dearly, and then my 2 girls. So, boy, let me tell you, what a production. I easily could have used another person, but it's funny because they've done it so much that they know the drill, So, got my decoys out, got my girls set, trying to get Scarlett. I'm like, Scarlett, here! She's sitting there in front of the water. I'm like, what are you doing? And, just waiting on that magic hour, magic minute rather, for them to come. And so Julie, my wife, had my Walker's game ears on. So the problem is she forgot to turn them on, but she says, I hear a whistle. I'm like, oh my God, that's phenomenal. Again, I think that she's got them on where she can hear really well. I don't know how the hell she heard it because I didn't hear anything. And so I'm peeping on my teal whistle, and sure enough, here they come. I can hear them just flying over my head, just little jets, and of course my heart's pounding. And Scarlett actually heard him too, which is amazing because she's had no less than 10,000 shots put over her head or on the side of her head. And so, teal will, just like all ducks, they'll come swooping in, and they'll go back out, and they'll come around. Now, what I have found with teal, and this, I don't know, maybe it's just the teal or maybe it's just the area that I hunt. The area that I hunt, typically those teal they kind of hover, 10 feet above the water. They don't go way up high like the big diver or the big puddle ducks do, mallards and gadwalls and all that. They kind of stay a couple of feet above the surface and swoop in, and in and out and in and out. And I know they see my decoys. I've got my Dove Mojo out there. I'm in good shape. And to kind of set it up, I've got like a little pocket of water, and I've set my decoys up. I've set my decoys up kind of in a C, okay, with the Mojo in the middle. So I've set it up to where those teal can just swoop right in. And
you said you have your Dove decoy out there too?
Absolutely. Oh yeah. That's a huge tip for all for all ducks. They don't really, they're not really prejudiced against the gray small duck, aka the Dove decoy. And especially the teal. So that's definitely always in my arsenal. Just to have a Mojo out there, and I just use my Dove Mojo, and it works great. But so the point of me saying them swooping down is that I'm really tempted to to take a shot in there and whatnot, instead of trying to get them when they're actually like landing. That's kind of an easier shot. Well, sure as hell, my patience paid off for once. And I had about 25 teal sit down. I mean, no less than 10 yards from me. And I fired, and I was able to get 4 with 3 shots. So that's how close together they were.
Wow.
It was awesome. I got a good video of it. Of course, all you can see is fire and hear my girl screaming and Scarlett going crazy. So was able to drop 4 there, and the limit 6. Okay. And so we waited another, probably 30 minutes or so. And I said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and go out there and start round. Oh yeah, I had a bird that was dying, but it was still, whatever. It was still alive. So I wanted to go out there and dispatch it. So I'm like, I'm gonna bring my gun with me. And that's a huge tip. When you're going out in your decoys, you're going out to fetch a bird. You always bring your gun with you, and this is the reason why you do it. So, I mean, again, we've been sitting there for 30 minutes after we fired. Okay, I go out there, and I am halfway, up to my shins in water, and Julie goes, "Here comes 2 more," and sure as hell enough, here come 2 more, and I freeze. And of course, Scarlett's my dog swimming around like she doesn't care.
Right.
And I had 2 teal come right at me, and so. And I didn't have my camera on my head because I didn't want to drop it, but God, I wish I did, because I raised my gun, fire one, and I hit that thing with a full wad. It actually blew the duck back, which was really funny. and then the other duck was like, "No, Judy!" And she rolled around, came back, and I got him. Yeah, of course the girls were going crazy. Hey, and that's my limit. I mean, it was an amazing hunt. And just a lot of fun. So the night before I killed 12 doves. So that's it for me. That is what I enjoy. So it was.
Can't ask for more than that.
No,
well, maybe 3 more doves, but
yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, it was awesome. That is just. I mean, it just, of course, now and I was thinking to myself, that'll tide me over, and of course now I'm just chomping at the bit to get back out there. But
tide you over till Sunday night.
Well, yeah. Yep.
Yep. Hey, hold on one quick moment. Hey, folks, have you ever wished that there was an easier way to find the hunting feeds, supplies, and services you need when and where you need them? If so, check out our hunter search at feedbandit.com, where you can see what hunting suppliers are in your area or are on the way to your land. Don't waste any more precious time searching Google or calling around for feed, blinds, feeders, or even outfitters. Just use our targeted search for hunters, the Feed Bandit Hunter Search, over at feedbandit.com. We'll find your feed.
So yeah, it was a lot of fun. And I was able to get those teal cleaned, and we ate them up, and they were good. And did a little video on how to clean them. So I'm gonna make that video here shortly, and we'll post it on our YouTube page. So yeah, I've got a couple more weeks of really kind of the prime dove hunting until we get into November, and of course November is primarily going to be occupied by deer. But as bad as last dove season was, obviously this season could be better. But man, I'll take it.
Yeah.
It's been great. So only wish my partner in crime could come hunt with me.
Come November, I'm going to be very open.
Well, you better. I hope.
Got a lot going on the month of October, things of that nature. But but down there on the MLD properties, I guess people are starting to hunt deer with rifles. I mean,
oh yeah,
now, right?
Oh yeah. The Texas bow season is well underway. And it's funny, the Texas bow hunter, one of my most favorite sites, and it's my crack cocaine. It's funny to hear all the guys like fear went off, sweating my butt off, mosquitoes everywhere. It's just the typical. But with that big front blowing through, a lot of them are going out there. Hopefully it'll get the deer on their feet. It's probably going to trigger some potential rutting activity in East Texas. If not already. They typically rut earlier. Now, the scientists say that the weather has nothing to do with it, but man, I guess I believe them, because they have letters after their name, and I really don't. But I don't know, man. I always
actually do.
Well, that's true. I have VI and an MBA. Yeah, yeah, that's very true. Idiot.
Well, it's cool.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, it'll be. It's getting to be that time of year, man. It's exciting.
Heck yeah. I'm
Yep.
looking forward to sitting in a deer blind. That's for sure.
Yep. How's your venison supply? I know you found a bunch. I did too, but not a bunch, but some.
Well, I need to start adding back to my freezer. That's for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Yep.
hopefully I'll be able to contribute more to these hunting recaps come, end of October into November.
Yeah.
Although, like the listeners, I'm enjoying listening to the recap of your weekends.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, and always learning something, like the Mojo dove decoy.
Yes. Yes.
There. So I guess if you already have a dove decoy, like a Mojo one, then maybe you don't need to spend money on a duck Mojo.
Yeah, they Mojo, the actual company. I know a Mojo is kind of like Kleenex now, which I wish Feed Bandit was branded like that. That would be awesome. It's like, oh yeah, look at my Feed Bandit over here. But they the spinning wing decoys are the spinning wing decoys. They make them in all different kinds of styles now. They got gadwalls and mallards and all that kind of stuff. And I would like to get one for duck hunting, but the problem is they're a little bit bigger, so they fill up space in my bag, and I know I'm just going to drop it in the water, and it's going to piss me off. And anyway, so yeah, I just stick with my little dove decoy, and it seems to work. So,
well, to each their own. At least you know your limitations, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Very true. Very true.
All right. Cool. So what else you got? Anything else?
That is
just give folks a kind of a recap on what's been going on in our world. We'd love to hear, from you guys out there how your dove season's been going, or your teal season. If you were able to get out and get you some of those ducks, please let us know. You can always give us a shout at howdy@feedbandit.com, and we'd love to hear from you.
Oh, for sure. Yep.
Oh.
Yep, we absolutely would love to. So, got
cool.
some good stuff coming up.
We do. We got some interesting talks coming up. We're talking to some fun folks, and we're gonna have some more interesting conversations about other issues around hunting. Things that that people should know about or consider or anything like that. So, as always, we hope we are entertaining everyone out there with the different kind of subjects we talk about on the podcast. And, if there's anyone out there, wants us to talk about, hey, again, email us, let us know. We'd love to talk about a listener suggested topic. That would be fun. So
for sure.
Howdy@feedbandit.com is the email. Just give us a shout. Let us know. With that, I don't have anything else. You got anything?
Well, I think that's it, my friend. I wish I was signing off and getting in the pickup and
heading down.
Yeah, but that's not going to happen. So I'll just attempt to go sleep, I guess.
Yeah, I guess we're taking the weekend off, right? So it's
I'm going to Austin. I have a baptism, so I'm the godfather, which means I'm going to eat myself stupid on Italian food, probably drink too much vodka, but hey, God, and you have to deal with the Waco traffic, dude. God,
have fun with that. Well, you go around it.
Yeah. Which way do you go?
So it's we cut kind of through town a little bit, and what is it, 287 or something? And then it hits back to 35 on the north side of Waco, so you don't have to go through that. All that stuff.
Oh, yeah. So in Temple, do you exit and go go through?
You could, but we've always done it just at Waco there,
Okay, all right.
So.
Well, I know my in-laws did that not too long. It goes, it was horrible. There.
Oh yeah.
So I'm looking at all these. Let's go to. Cause I was thinking we'd go 45 to Corsicana. And then Corsicana up, that'll get you past Waco, and then to Temple and Austin. But
I mean,
You know,
can subscribe.
actually, well, I don't know why the hell we're talking about this. I'm going to take the Feed Bandit helicopter.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, stupid.
Or just use our hunter search and map your way
Oh,
down.
hell, that's a great idea.
Well, but speaking of, I mean, you know, that's we've alluded to the hunter search for a while, and we're going to be talking about that a little more. So stay tuned. I think it'll be something that everyone listening will really want to take advantage of and use. It'll really help us out while we're in the field and on the way to our land. So
yeah, no doubt.
With that little teaser, stay tuned. We will probably have an intro podcast on what it's all about. So, we're really excited. Been working hard on it. So
yeah, we're going to talk a lot about it, and it's revolutionary, and it's going to make a difference for a lot of people out there. So it's been pretty cool.
Well, all right, that's all I got. So I guess we can sign off on this one.
Yep.
You know, have a good one, and stay tuned for a new Feed Bandit podcast coming up next week.
And support your local feed store, as always.
Indeed. Take care. Thanks for listening to the Feed Bandit podcast. Just a reminder to text the word bandit to 345-345. And when you do, you'll join our email list where we'll send killer deals on innovative hunting products and services, along with entertaining tips and tricks straight to your inbox. You don't want to miss out. So again, text the word bandit to 345-345, and we look forward to seeing you on the hunt. Until next time, have a good one, and remember to support your local feed store.